Hi, this is IB Business Management Made Easy. I'm Sam Foxwell, and we're going to be looking at how to answer a question. This is the first video on this topic, and we're going to look at that by looking at what exactly a business is. So we're kind of looking at two themes here. This video should help, but if you need some more personalized help, feel free to contact me using the link, where there's a form there, or you can WhatsApp me on this number here. Well, let's get started, shall we? Questions we're going to look at is based on the information here and about what a business is in general. And as you can see, a business is just an organization that produces stuff. That's all it is, really. It's production, right? And it has, generally speaking, 4 business functions in order to do the production: HR, finance and accounting, marketing, and operations and management. Those are the 4 business functions. And what they do is they take inputs here: human, physical, financial, and enterprise means business idea, and it produces stuff. And what it produces is outputs in 2 types: services and goods. So services and goods, that's your outputs. You should know all this. If you don't, just check it in your textbook, but that's what the questions are based on. So let's go to question 1. Generally speaking, IB questions on the exam are based on a prompt. And here we have a prompt in yellow. Mackie Mac has a physical store that sells Apple devices. They are located in a mall where they rent a small space. So that is your prompt, and your answers should be based on the prompt. So let's look at question 1. In relation to Mackie Mac, define one resource input. 3 marks. Question 2. In relation to Mackie Mac, define one product output. 3 marks. In relation to Mackie Mac, define a business function. 3 marks. So what I want you to do is push pause here and answer these 3 questions on a piece of paper or whatever, or think about what you're going to say. But when you're doing your answer, think about this. The person grading your paper is an idiot. No, probably not. They're probably not an idiot, but they're probably getting paid $10 or $12 to do your paper and other people's paper. They're grading for money, right? And they want to do it as fast as possible. And this is a content-based course. You're just looking for pieces of information in your answers. You give that to them as easily for them to see, and you get a better grade. So pause, and then we'll go to question 1. Question 1. In relation to Mackie Mac, define one resource input. 3 marks. Now, I know it doesn't say so, but it actually asks you to do 3 things. The first one is to list a resource input. Then you have to define it, that is listed here, and then you have to relate it to Mackie Mac's. So if you take a look at my answer, one resource input type is financial. You say that's 1 point. And if you take a look, I'm using the same language as in the question. That makes it easier for the grader to see. Next thing I write, this refers to the money that is used to keep the business producing. I've now defined what it means, okay? That's easy enough. So we have another point. And then I relate it back to Mackie Mac. In Mackie Mac's case, they need money to pay rent. I say that. I got my other point, so that's 3 out of 3. Why did I say rent? I could have said pay employees or something, but if you go back to the question, it says right here that they rent a small place. So I'm referencing the prompt, which is what you're supposed to do. Let's go to the next question now. Question 2. In relation to Mackie Mac, define one product output for 3 marks. And we're following the same example as before. First thing I do is I name one, which is services. So one product output is services. And then I define it. Services are intangible products. They are actions that a business does for their clients. I've explained what it is. At this point, I have 2 marks. Then lastly, to relate it to Mackie Mac's. In Mackie Mac's case, they provide a retail service where people can buy Apple products. Please note, retail is not a goods. They sell goods, but it's a service. You have stuff for people to buy there. You're giving them an opportunity, a place to do stuff. So it's a service. So that question there is, again, 3 marks. Now let's go to the last one. In relation to Mackie Mac, define a business function. One business function is human resources. Okay, so again, I say what it is. This refers to making sure the business has the right people doing the right job and that these people are trained in how to do their job. I explain what it is. I've named it. I explained it. In Mackie Mac's case, salespeople need to be hired and trained on how to sell products to to customers. Okay? So I've named it, I said it, and I referred it back to the prompt. That's what you got to do. So last thing I want to say it again, but my main tip for today, make it as easy as you can for the marketer to find the key points.